everyone, welcome to Creating My Garden. Jacqueline here again, and today we're going to plant up some Coleus. Now what I have is some Coleus seed that I picked up at the local garden center, and this is the Pinto mix. You can see it there, and this is a mixed variety of Coleus. It's going to have a whole bunch of different colors in it, which is perfect for the garden. So we're going to plant these up early because they are 10 to 12 days just to get the seed to germinate. Now, Coleus is very similar to Delphinium. Although Delphinium's a perennial, Coleus is an annual. Okay, so you both seed them the same way. You seed these on top of the soil for germination. Okay, so this is very simple. And they will probably get about this high, maybe a little higher when they get out into the garden. So I have my potting soil here. I'm a little more organized this time, you guys. That's gotta be impressive. It's impressive to me. And I'm just mixing it up. We're gonna add some water to it. This is just cold water I have in my kettle. It's really convenient just to mix it up. So I'm mixing it up. You can see how I'm mixing it. And I have my glove on to protect my rings and stuff. It does, get into your into the framework of the ring really bad. Okay, and I'm just doing that just to get it all mixed in. You can see once again, some more organic material in the dirt. All right, this is how it's looking. See, it's not dripping with water coming out of it. That's the key when we plant these, right? Because we don't want any rot and we don't want any bugs, if we can help it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this tray. These trays I picked up at the dollar store. They do have a lid for humidity if you want to use them. I find these lids don't fit that great though, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to spritz this every single day to keep them moist for growing, okay? All right, let's do this. So we're just going to smear this in. I start usually in the middle because it's such a messy job. I'm making faces because some of it just went on the floor. And a bit more. You definitely want a spot where you can get messy, or an area where it's easy to clean up. If you do decide to plant some of these later on in the growing season, I recommend doing some of this stuff outside, just to save yourself some time with the mess. All right, let's just firm these in. Some spots I think I have a bit too much soil, but we'll see how this ends up. Plop, plop, plop. And I'm just gonna go along the edge, take some of the extra off, just 1 second, and I'll flip this around so you can see it better, because you can see there's a lot on the top here. We find a line down the center of this just to clean that out. All right, let's do it. Whoops, some more there. All right, you can see how they are. Got some nice firm moist soil. Okay, so I'm gonna plant it like this. It's just so much easier for me. I'm a lefty, so whatever works for you. All right, so let's open these up and see what we got. And I'm gonna take off this glove because these are just tiny little seeds. Now, I am not very specific in how I plant these. I just drop a couple here like this, and as they grow, I will be moving them. Now, just so you guys can see the kind of seed I'm dealing with, I'm going to show you. There's the kind of seeds, whoops, that we're dealing with for Coleus. They are also coated seed. So they have a kind of a shell on them. And I'm just going to press them into the soil. So there's some here. I only have one in. And you can pick these out and you can move them around if you have areas where you overseed it. The other choice that you have when you plant small seeds like this is you can use a toothpick, dip it in water, and then pick up the seed one by one and put it into the soil. okay? So it's whatever works for you. Me, that's a lot of work. So I try to save on some of the labor when I do this stuff because I know I'm going to be thinning them anyhow and repotting them to get more plants out of them. Okay, so they're almost all pushed in. So, got a few left over, and that's fine. We can use those out in the garden. Once again, if we plant them in the garden, it's going to take longer for them to germinate, and that's fine. However, on top of the soil and keep them moist. So go out there and spritz them with your hose or with a watering can every day. All right? Because that will get them to germinate. Now, I don't know that you can see them because they're little purple spots for the seed that are on top of the soil. But the purple helps you to see them when you water to make sure you're spritzing each one. So I can look at them and I can see it really well because they're on top of the soil. Okay, so I have my sprayer here handy and ready to go. And let's give these each a spritz and let's get this process going. Once again, 10 to 12 days for these to germinate. So just wet the top of the soil really good. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm wetting it. I'm just double checking them as I go, make sure that I've got the seed covered. So this is firming them into the soil as well. So we get good germination. They need to make contact with that soil. Okay, show you what we got. You can see the glistening of the water on top of the soil. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I tend to forget to label stuff. So to get myself organized, I have my labels right here. So this entire tray is Coleus, so I'm just going to do one label. And so I've got some handy Sharpies here. Picked a hot color just to help it stand out. I picked up these labels actually from Amazon, and you can get a big package of them and use them out in the garden after to mark out where your plants are too. Okay, so I'm just going to write the label out now. So I'm writing Coleus Pinto. So I know it's a Pinto mix, it's assorted. So I'm going to write the word assorted. And I like to put a date. All right, there's my label. Coleus Pinto mix, assorted, and the date, March 26th. So I know when I planted them, so I can figure out when they should probably start germinating. And that way I'll know the quality of the seed too. If they don't germinate, then I know the seed's old that I bought. All right. So let's put this in the tray right here so we know what we got. And that's it. Done. I'm really happy with that. Coleus is beautiful, shade-loving plant, looks good under trees, beautiful with hostas. You get those colors of reds, purples, greens, lime greens in it, and you pair it well with other plants in your landscape. I also use them in pots because they add that extra tropical foliage to the pots, and this year I'm going for a tropical feel with these. So I'm pretty pumped about these. This is exciting. So once you get this done, put it in a spot where it's going to get some light. It doesn't have to be full sun, but you can also set up grow lights if you need to. I don't use heating pads, grow pads to heat these. I just let nature take its course. So well, I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe on YouTube as well. You can follow me on Instagram under Creating My Garden. My name's Jacqueline. This is Matilda. She is my gardening partner, and we appreciate you watching our video. Let gardening warm your soul. Thank you very much, everyone.